Braden, what did you feel like was working well for you today?
I felt like all three pitches were pretty spot on. At some spurts in the game, I felt like the changeup wasn't as good, and then a couple spots with the curveball where I hit the kid. But besides that, I felt like I was better today than I was in the weekends past.
Pitching behind Clark this year, have you been able to learn from what he does? What's it like following him in the rotation?
It's pretty humbling following him in the rotation. He's a great pitcher, and he's somebody to look up to as a freshman. Although I am older than him, he definitely keeps me under the level that I need to be, and just following him up is pretty humbling. So, I mean, I feel like I learned a lot from him.
Colin?
You got your first win against an SEC opponent. What was your first week in an SEC play like?
It was an amazing experience. The crowd was pretty loud today. I could hear some moans and groans when I wouldn't get a call. So just pitching against the best hitters in the country in the SEC is going to be a great experience for me, especially coming back from where I was and last year and just being a freshman weekend starter.
Matt?
Do you feel like if you can command your pitches a little bit better that you'll really be tough to hit against? I know you did, with your 4 walks today and you hit a couple batters. It seems like that's kind of been a little bit of an issue today.
It definitely has been an issue for me, especially coming off of big innings where guys are getting on base, and then you have guys like John Jones and Destino and Dom coming in and hitting bombs. For me, it's just I'm still learning how to pitch at the college level, and I'm going to try to continue to be a student of the game each time I go out there. So I felt a lot better with today's outing than I did in last week's outing. So,
Aaron?
Braden, after the second inning there where, a little weirdness there, the error and extra run comes in, you were able to come back out there and put up a 1-2-3 third. Did you make any kind of adjustments there, or how did you kind of retake control of the game at that point?
I felt like in weeks past I would just try to come out and just absolutely just try to throw the ball as hard as I could. Today I felt more under control and more excited than normal, but I was able to keep that composure, and I knew that even with us being tied 2-2, that I was going to have to battle back and give my chance the best possible. I give my team the best possible chance to win the game.
Matt?
They had runners on, a couple runners on in a couple of different innings, and you were able to work out of it. Did you do anything different when they had runners on base?
No, sir. We're in the best baseball conference in the country. There's going to be guys that are going to get on base and hit my ball around. My job is to just continue to put it over the plate and trust in my defense, and I feel extremely confident with those guys behind me. I mean, just like, for instance, DC laying out for a ball when the ball was hit right up the middle. It was obvious going to be a base hit, and he still came up with the ball and tried to make a play. And then Dom on the line drive in the gap. It's just amazing knowing that you have guys back there that's going to help you out and back you up.
Scott?
I guess in your last 2 starts, I have you for 12 innings, only 6 hits allowed. What's the difference between the Braden Webb we saw in Greenville against Clemson and the Braden Webb we've seen in your last 2 starts?
I mean, for me personally, I hate losing more than I love winning. And so I just feel like the difference between me now and the me that was at Clemson, that was my first loss since my sophomore year of high school. I mean, I came off Tommy John and came out 2-0 and then got a loss against Clemson. I just felt like it was a humbling experience for me, and I have to be better than I was the last outing each and every time I go out there.
I believe your song when you first started is one that you've actually recorded. Can you talk about that and maybe you kind of dabbling with rapping?
Yes, actually. Wow, that's a good question. I wrote the song that I have 2 songs on SoundCloud that I just produced during my time in being down from surgery. A lot of guys don't make it back from Tommy John surgery, and I definitely didn't want to be one of those ones that got depressed and anything like that. So my first song that I wrote is called Sail, and that's pretty much me telling my story. And then the one that I wrote that I walk out to now is Beast Mode, and it basically talks about my journey from coming from Oklahoma to South Carolina in the 803, and it's just I just love doing it. Everybody makes fun of me for it, but I enjoy it because it's Christian rap, and I like giving all my glory to God.